how can we increase the integration of what these agencies are doing and focus them together on some specific results so that they can be held accountable as a group for making progress in this and not just perpetuating the same thing, day after day, year after year, just doing the same inadequate work.
I'm going to let you handle this.
She knows this is my favorite topic. We're past time where we have to reevaluate and reassess what we are currently doing. We've spent over probably close to $30 trillion on the war on poverty since the 60s. Why do these numbers still look the way that they look? I promise you that those 2,400 nonprofits throughout the county are being very well funded by the state, by the government, by foundations, right? With the best of intentions. And I'm going to add this disclaimer. I believe that most of the organizations, most of the nonprofits that have committed to doing this work have great intention. However, if you are still facilitating the same program that you've been doing for the last 20 or 30 years, it is time for you to reassess and to reevaluate the work that we're doing. It is time for us to stop pointing the finger of blame at people who are suffering in poverty and start pointing the finger at ourselves and reevaluating what we're doing. Something's not working. So if it's not working, why do we continue to do the work the exact same way? The foundations have a responsibility to assess and evaluate the organizations that they fund. And I tell them this every chance I get. And, I think they're ready to listen. I think they're ready to start reevaluating and assessing these organizations in a different way, because the bottom line is there are people who are suffering. There are people who are suffering with an abundance of resources around them, and it doesn't make sense. Part of that is because there's a stigma, but the majority of it is because there's a trauma that people are dealing with that most of the organizations that do this work are not including trauma work in the work that they're doing. And you can't do this work without addressing trauma.